Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be a step-by-step guide on how to actually walk straight into World Tier 5 by doing the small side mission, doing your invasion mission, and then also showing you how to start getting the parts that's necessary for the new exotic, which is the Nemesis. So let's first start out with doing a clean out. So when you get there, what you want to do is make sure you clean out your stash, sell stuff because you're going to need the room. There's now new gear. The new gear score has been raised to 500. And so once you walk in there, make sure that you're cleaning out your stash. Make sure you check on your gear, sell stuff. You're going to need all the funds anyways. Now, there's going to be a mission that's going to appear on your map. Make sure that you actually go do that side mission. It's in red, and Manny Ortega, who's your supervisor or coordinator, is going to walk you through in order to make a discovery. This discovery is going to then tie into unlocking the new invasion mission. And so from there on, you can then go and start the invasion mission. Now, I will recommend that before you go, you make sure you have enough room, just like I said, and grab yourself some specialization ammo. To get specialization ammo, go back to the base of operations, swap to another specialization, and then swap to your main specialization. And by the time you do that swap, you're going to be filled up with specialization ammo. You also want to check your gear. The mods have been changed, but if you are just walking into World Tier maybe 4 for the first time, or you're just approaching level 30, then you probably won't feel a big impact. But if you've been grinding and farming the game and you probably have 3 or 4 characters and everything min-maxed, then some of your builds and some of your playstyle will have to probably be changed a little bit. Regarding the extended mag, that's been reduced, and so I'll walk through all the mod changes in a separate video, but you want to make sure and check that your build can still run a mission so that you don't walk in there and you're a little disappointed. Now, you will not be able to upgrade your crafting bench just yet. You have to finish that invasion mission, which will then lead you into World Tier 5. Now, it is in this invasion mission and the other invasion mission that's available this week that you can actually start working to gather your exotics. So go to the invasion mission, matchmake. Some people will probably have already finished it, so you might be able to fast travel to them because they're farming these invasion missions. So you want to go in there, you want to play it, run through it with a bunch of folk. It's not difficult at all. And then you're in World Tier 5. So once you hit World Tier 5, travel back to the base of operations. If you have enough resources, then you're able to upgrade your crafting bench. Now, while you're playing the invasion missions, you're going to start getting gear set drops. That's one of the things that you'll get as you're playing. And so once you're getting your gear set drops, you're able to pick them up, store them, and we have 2 new gear sets that are on the bench right now. You have the Ongoing Directive and True Patriot. I'll give my opinions on those in another video. And then for you to start getting your exotic parts for the exotic sniper called the Nemesis, you have to go back and replay Tidal Basin again. Now, once you approach Tidal Basin, there's a room where Manny is going to specifically say the words, "Find a terminal to patch Isaac into."
Look for a terminal that you can patch Isaac into.
When you go into that room to patch Isaac into the terminal, there is another floor upstairs in which you're going to pick up a key card. That key card is just there open. You don't have to open any cash for it. You just go up there and you pick it up. If you're in a group of people, everyone's going to see that key card and pick it up. And then as you continue to approach the mission, once you walk into one of the aircraft carriers, you're going to be able to take out the enemies. And then before you actually leave that layer of the aircraft carriers, there's a room on your left as you guys walk into this little control center, which has a cache that's carrying an SR1. The SR1 is named the Adrestia. And so what you need to do is you need to crush that Adrestia, and then you're going to get the first part for it. The second part is also in another invasion mission that's available right now, which is at the Capitol building. Now, I don't take credit for discovering this. There are 2 videos that are already out there. Willis Gaming has put out a video for it, and Arix also put out a video. So I'm going to credit them. I don't know who discovered it, but whoever discovered it that they discovered it from, I'm just saying thank you in advance. So this is something that I watched the video on, and I went back and I played the invasion mission, and I was able to get the key card. I'm still going to go back and play the Capitol building in order to try to get myself the second part of the Nemesis. Now, it didn't drop for me on my first invasion run, but that's because I played it once. Now I have to go back and play it again. Perhaps it's going to drop for me. And I think the other parts are actually linked to some of the other bosses that are in the invasion missions. And so for now, based on what everyone is reporting, we're probably not going to be able to get those other parts because they're probably going to show up when the mission is being played in the invasion mode. So when you're done playing Tidal Basin, you're going to play a host of other invasion missions as well. Invaded missions rather. And after that, it's going to unlock the Capitol building invasion mission, which you'll go ahead and play. Now, that's the mission that I said earlier in the video has the second part from the boss drop for the Nemesis exotic. So as you're playing these missions, you're going to be rewarded with some of the gear sets. You can run around and steal while you're doing the invasion missions. Maybe they may drop for you. I noticed that in my group, when I was getting my drops, some other people were not getting them. They were coming from the bosses in some cases. In some cases, they were coming from some of the NPCs. And so I do not know necessarily what the drop rates are. But I would say keep an eye out for True Patriot. It's the one that seems to show promise. And I'll probably do an evaluation of both of them in a separate video. But this is just an introductory guide to what you need to do for World Tier 5. Make sure that you're keeping an eye out for gear and keeping an eye out for the changes. The loot drops are actually cool. The enemy sponginess is actually slightly different. I don't know if they tweak the enemy health or if they tweak the enemy damage. They still do as much damage as they would, so always beware. I'll also try my best to do a guide on how to complete the Tidal Basin without any stress, because it's really fun and invaded mission, but it can really get challenging in some parts. Not every part, but the final part, they make it really hard. Anyways, that's all I have for now. I'm going to see you guys in a few other videos for the next coming days, and we'll be walking through and kind of sharing ideas about the new patch and the new missions and kind of how, you know, we are receiving it. I want to get a feel for what people are saying. I love to read comments. That's where I get a lot of your ideas from. That's where I know what the community may be thinking in most cases. A lot of people don't believe it, but I will spend hours and hours and hours on every day just scrolling through and reading comments and listening to, you know, you can hear the heartbeat of the community when you hear what community members say. And so that's how I get my information a lot of the time. So I appreciate you guys leaving comments, and I hope that you do in this video as well. Thanks again for watching and listening, and I guess I'll see you in my next video. Peace.